Well, welcome to Your Future Me Now. My name is William Collins, and I created this website platform for one purpose. That is to help you strengthen your mental well-being. Now, you might think, I don't know anything about mental well-being. What is it? How does it work? Just think of your mental well-being as the way that you think, the way that you process, the way that you react to things in your life. So, why is it that I can help you strengthen your mental well-being? Well, the reason is simple, is I've actually had to deal with mental stress and oppression for years. You can read about it in the About section on this website. And in the year 2018, I was faced with a situation where I either had to learn how to change the way that I was thinking and to adapt to the things that were changing in my life, or quite frankly, I was going to die. It was just that simple. And so I began to go on a journey for myself. How do I think? Why do I think the way that I do? And how can I shift the way that I think? Well, I began that journey and I began to realize that there were ways and techniques and strategies that we can all use to change the way that we're thinking, sometimes and many times in the moment. And then it was around 2.5 years ago that I was introduced to an amazing company called Sapien Labs. Sapien has an assessment where I could actually begin to measure my improvement and my strength. And so I began to measure how what I was working on, whether it was working or not. And to my, quite frankly, amazement, my mental well-being was going up. Now, throughout this entire process, I was actually helping people. I was reaching out to them. But I also knew that much of what I was doing and working on myself was very complicated. So I had to find a way to simplify this, to get it to a place where other people could follow me. But beyond that, I wanted more than that. I didn't want people to actually follow me. What I wanted them to do is to be able to adapt to the things that I was learning and then use it themselves and apply it in their own life so that they could go learn how to think on their own. Now, and hopefully to help other people. So my goal here is really very simple, is to get you through this understanding about how to shift your thinking and to improve and strengthen your mental well-being, to do this quickly, to have fun, and also at the same time to bring it to you in a way that you adopt it and use it and can go out and change many of the things that are going on in your life, however you want to define that. Now, the system, this what I'll call a framework that I ultimately came up with, is very simple 5 beliefs. And I just call it the Future Me framework, but it's really just 5 beliefs that you need to really understand about the way that you think. And once you believe these ideas or these concepts about how you think, then what this chain of beliefs actually does is it creates a very rapid connection between you and your future self. Because what I found is that if I'm able to begin to really connect with my future, get to know my future, actually create a relationship in a way with my future me, then what happens is it really allows my mind to connect and grow and strengthen in a whole new way. So that's what we're doing. We're actually going to connect you with your future self. Now, what's pretty amazing about that is neuroscience and much of science will actually tell you that when you think of your future self, you're actually thinking of yourself as a stranger. You don't know that person. So there has to be some belief building around who that person is to the point where you begin to connect and trust that person. So, what are these beliefs? Well, today in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the very first belief that you need to understand about your mind, how you think. And that belief is called your intuitive mind. Now, it's very simple. You actually have two minds that actually work together. One is your rational mind, the mind that you use all the time, where you think through problems and you'll look for things that you want to do. And much of that information that you draw on comes from your rational mind. Now, oddly enough, your rational mind actually comes from your amygdala, which is in the back part of your mind. Unfortunately, that's also where fear really is housed in your mindset. And so what happens is much of our rational thinking is really fear-based. We actually operate out of fear. Many times it may not seem like that, but that's generally what rational thinking will do. And what we're going to talk about and introduce you to is your intuitive mind. The intuitive mind is actually in the prefrontal cortex, right up here in the front. And when you move your ideas, your thoughts, your focus into your prefrontal cortex, you're actually operating out of your intuitive mind, which is where there's dreaming, imagination, and actually there's no limits to what happens when you begin to move your mindset into your intuitive mind. Again, you can do this very quickly. The intuitive mind actually operates much, much faster than your amygdala, but there's this combination between the two and how they work. Albert Einstein is famously quoted as saying that the intuitive mind is actually a gift. It's a sacred gift. And that the rational mind is actually the servant. But unfortunately, what we've done in our culture is we've reversed those roles. We've made the rational mind actually the dominant one, and the intuitive one we've actually really put away and suppressed. So that's why the intuitive mind, awakening that, understanding how that intuitive mind works, is critical, kind of a first belief that you need to begin to understand so that you can use the intuitive mind as you go into your other beliefs and connecting with your future self. So there is a video down below. It's a great video by a man named Jamie Winship, who does a tremendous teaching around the intuitive mind, how it works. You're free to look at that. I've written some examples of famous people who talk about intuitive mind. And when you decide you want to begin your future me journey, you can click on any one of those bars where it says, I'd like to start my future me journey. That will take you to a page where you can receive for free the Sapien Labs assessment. This is a 10-minute assessment. It's confidential. We connect you directly to Sapien Labs. Sapien Labs has had more than 2 million people go through this assessment. And what you will receive for your 10 minutes of time of going through these 47 questions is actually a report that will tell you about your current way that you think. It's called the Mental Well-Being Assessment. What's so powerful about that is most people have never thought about how they think. This report will actually give you tremendous insight. You'll feel like this report actually is helping you to discover and even uncover some of the things and how you think, and not only that, but how you view the world. It will give you 6 areas that you are actually using in order to improve your mental well-being, and it will give you some suggestions. So there's just a tremendous amount of information in this. The connection is free, it's confidential, and you can also take this assessment as often as you like. I personally like to take the assessment about once every 6 months, and I document that. And it allows you to begin to understand also how you want to begin to think as you go forward, how you want to begin to strengthen. And as you do that, you're going to be able to start to activate your intuitive mind, perhaps in ways that you've never even thought about before. The beautiful thing is, this is a quick, easy, and fun process. And once you begin to start on your journey, we're going to lead you into the next 4 beliefs that will allow you quickly to begin to put a framework together for your own benefit, where you can use it for just about anything you want. You can use the Future Me Now for a relationship. You can use it to set a goal. You can use it to make a decision. You can use it for crafting out a vision for your future. It's almost endless, the opportunities that are in front of you, and it gives you a guiding light in the context too of a culture that we're in that is just bombarding us with news and information and other ways to really feed our rational mind and not our intuitive mind. So thanks for your interest in how you think. This is really about you. This is really about your own mental well-being. This is an opportunity to begin to learn a way to think, especially as we go into this future, and really give you a guiding compass in terms of how to quickly and intuitively make decisions for your future me. We'll see you on the next belief.